Peace everybody, back with another video. This is Surviving R. Kelly's Dominique Gardner is thriving nearly 2 years after leaving him. And as you know, R. Kelly is currently in jail waiting for his trial. Is coming in April, and of course I will be covering that trial as well. Meantime, Dominique Gardner had escaped from R. Kelly because she was being held against her will by R. Kelly, and he was taking control of everything that he was doing, and having sex with all these girls and everything else. So R. Kelly got really upset with when the girls have been leaving, but who cares what he thinks, because he is nothing anyways, except he's in jail, so that's where he will stay. I heard Dominique Gardner's story for the first time, and yes, I did see the tears come from her eyes on a docuseries Surviving R. Kelly: The Reckoning. One of the main storylines in the one of Lifetime's most watched documentaries, Surviving R. Kelly, was the rescue of Dominique Gardner by her mother, Michelle Kramer. Since Dominique, 28, returned home, R. Kelly has been jailed on multiple charges related to allegations of sexual assault. And so Dominique Gardner is the main storylines of Lifetime's most watched documentary, Surviving R. Kelly. Dominique Gardner was rescued by her mother, Michelle Kramer. Dominique is 28 years old, and she did return home. And then R. Kelly has been jailed on multiple charges related to allegations of sexual assault. Despite years her will at his hands, she is trying to live a life of normalcy. Scroll below for an update on how she's doing now after leaving the 53-year-old disgraced R&B singer. Yeah, so she's trying to live a life of normalcy, and of course there's no such thing as normal, because, you know, you're traumatized, obviously, by everything that happened. Dominique Gardner was traumatized, and she's trying to put her life back together as well. So the more she's trying, the more she will become stronger. Kelly was put in contact with Dominique through one of his survivors, Johanna Pace. Kelly allegedly said Johanna could invite a friend to come see her, and he gave him Dominique's information so he could coordinate. Dominique dated Kelly for 6 years before he asked her to move to Atlanta. After that, I never saw my daughter again, Michelle said in doc. Johanna, 26, said they never saw each other, although they were in the same home. All right, so R. Kelly was put in contact with Dominique through one of his survivors, Johanna Pace. Now, Johanna Pace gave R. Kelly her information, which was a bad idea, because you should never give out personal information to begin with. Dominique dated Kelly for 6 years before he asked her to move to Atlanta. After that, I never saw my daughter again, and this is what Michelle said in docuseries. Johanna, who is 26 years old, said they never saw each other, although they were in the same home. So the girls were like in separate parts of the house, and Johanna never saw Dominique at all, even though they were both in the same house. And of course, here's Dominique Gardner herself, who has survived R. Kelly's clutches, and her mother came to rescue her. So she also said that she felt bad of leaving Joycelyn Savage and Azriel Clary for being there. She felt guilty of leaving them there, but she wanted to go home, so her mom came and saved her. And then she went home with her mother, but then days later she went back. And then after that, she left him again and never looked back again at R. Kelly. And of course, you know, the disgraced singer himself, R. Kelly. R. Kelly's timeline of every scandal and controversy, Aaliyah and others. And yes, if you start all the way back to Aaliyah, that's where it all started from. Because he illegally married her, and Aaliyah was 15 at the time. He was 27 at the time. While Dominique and Kelly were together, she was allegedly forbidden from talking to men and under strict watch. Even after she left, she still found herself following his rules. He controlled everything, Michelle said. It was sick. Yeah, so R. Kelly had told Dominique she was not allowed to talk to other men because she was under strict watch. Even after she left, she still found herself following his rules. And this is what Michelle, her mother, is saying. He controlled everything. And yes, R. Kelly is a manipulator. He controls what people can and cannot do. And she also said, and Michelle, her mother, said it was sick. And yes, it is sick. I mean, why would you want to be around somebody like that? Really? Why would you be around a singer that's going to control everything, every move, what you can and cannot do? I would never, ever be around somebody like that. That is sickening to my stomach right now. If she was to disobey him, she claimed, she would be punished and beaten. She said he pulled her hair out in chunks if she didn't answer a command. He would lock her in rooms for days on end without food or water. She claims she was punished the most out of his girlfriends because she rebelled the most. Yeah, so Michelle is saying if she was to disobey him, she claims she would be punished and beaten. She also said that he pulled her hair out in chunks if she didn't answer a command. Michelle also goes on to say he would lock her in rooms for days on end without food and water. She claimed she was punished the most out of his girlfriends because she rebelled the most. Well, of course, Dominique is going to rebel against him because, you know, she does not like that lifestyle at all. This is why she got away from him, because of everything that he has done to her. Yes, R. Kelly did pull chunks of her hair out if she was to disobey him. And Dominique did not deserve that. She's I mean, she is traumatized still, but she is doing the best she can to get her life together. 3 years had gone by where the mother and daughter had zero contact. Michelle was surprised to see her daughter on TMZ looking skinny and wearing male clothing. Yeah, so 3 years had gone by. Dominique and her mother never had contact. Michelle was surprised to see her daughter on TMZ. She also saw that her daughter was looking skinny and wearing male clothing. She saw they were in LA and went to go find her, just to say hi. That's all I was trying to do, Michelle said. In May 2018, they were reunited at Dominics Hotel. We ran out of there like Harriet Tubman. I was feeling freeing a slave, Michelle said during her interview. Yeah, so when she saw her daughter on TMZ, she went to LA to the hotel room where Dominique was staying at. And all Michelle wanted to do was say hi. And she also said, that's all I was trying to do, Michelle said. In May 2018, they were reunited at Dominique's hotel. We ran out of there like Harriet Tubman. I was freeing a slave, Michelle said during her interview. So that's what Michelle is saying, that she was freeing a slave. Dominique said leaving Kelly was one of the hardest decisions she ever had to make. Of course I love Rob, but then again I knew that the situation wasn't good. Once she left, she said, she felt like a scared child. Yeah, so Dominique said leaving Kelly was one of the hardest decisions. Well, it should not have been a hard decision. First of all, when you want to leave, just get up and go. And if he tries to stop you, push him out of the way, kick him where it hurts, wherever you got to kick him at. She had ever had to make. Of course, I love Rob. This is what she said. But then again, I knew that the situation wasn't good. Once she left, she said she felt like a scared child. Following Dominique's return, Michelle said her daughter had changed before Dominique met R. Kelly. She was this bubbly teenager, Michelle said, but after R. Kelly, she was dark. She was like a loner. She didn't want to be bothered with nobody. Yeah, so Dominique had turned dark after that, because she used to be a cheerful teenager. Now after she had met R. Kelly, she was dark after that. She was like a loner. She didn't want to be bothered with nobody. So Dominique didn't want to be bothered with anybody at all. She just wanted to be left alone after escaping R. Kelly. 3 days after Michelle rescued Dominique, she went back to Kelly. Michelle begged her not to go. Dominique said she had to go back to leave on her own and check on the other girls, although she said he was kinder this time around. He wouldn't let her attend her brother's graduation. That was the last straw. She finally decided to leave and took a cab back home. Yeah, so Dominique said, well, she has to go back. Go back for what? Once you leave, that's it. Do not go back. Do not go back to somebody who is controlling you. And she also said, although she said he was kinder this time around. Well, R. Kelly is definitely not kind. Like I said, he's a manipulator. He's a controlling freak, and everything else. But she said she had to go back to leave on her own and check on the other girls. In other words, Joycelyn Savage and Azrael Clary. She had to check on them because she felt bad leaving them there. But who really cared? I mean, but so what if Joycelyn Savage and Azrael Clary were left there? Just leave them there. Let them leave on their own. She also said he wouldn't let her attend her brother's graduation. Now, Dominique was not allowed to attend her brother's graduation. Now, that's a sad shame. Your own flesh and blood, you cannot attend your own brother's graduation because of this guy. I would have told him, shut up, I'm going to visit my brother's graduation. That's what I would have told him. She finally decided to leave and took a cab back home. So she had the last straw with him. She left and went back home. In early January 2020, Michelle announced the birth of Dominique's daughter, Kayla, whatever. She shared videos from what looked like a baby shower weeks prior to her announcement. In the clips, it appeared that the father was present at the event. Although Dominique is on Instagram, she chooses to remain private. Michelle often posts about her daughter and provides updates on how she is doing since R. Kelly. Okay, so early January of this year, of course, Michelle did announce the birth of Dominique's daughter, Kyla. She shared a video from what looked like a baby shower weeks prior to her announcement. There were clips. It appeared that the father was present at the event. Although Dominique is on Instagram, so if you want to go find her, go on Instagram and give her a follow or something. She chooses to remain private. Michelle often posts about her daughter and provides updates on how she is doing since R. Kelly. So yeah, so mom is doing the updates on how Dominique is doing since the R. Kelly mess. And I do believe this is Dominique's baby right here that she gave birth to. And that the baby is so cute, I have to admit, with the beautiful fleece blanket. Oh yeah, this baby is so cute. Before Dominique was with R. Kelly, she was his #1 fan, Michelle said in the documentary. She loved him and her dream was to meet him. She did. In an interview published back in March 2019, Dominique tried to articulate the complicated feelings she has towards the singer. So before Dominique was with R. Kelly, she was his #1 fan. That's all she was to him. And this is what Michelle said in the documentary. She also said she loved him and her dreams was to meet him. And she said she did. In an interview published back in March 2019, Dominique tried to articulate the company feelings she has towards the singer. I loved him to death. You know what I'm saying? But he needs help. Who doesn't need help? She said to the New Yorker when asked if she regrets spending 9 years with him. It was evident that she wrestles with her emotions towards him, talking about, I'm not Lucifer. Yes, you are, she said in response to his interview with Gayle King in March 2019. Although she added, he is a giver because when everything between me and him was good, oh my God, it was like perfect. But as soon as he gets mad, he turns into a person like, oh, what up, the new Rob. Alright, so R. Kelly is saying he's not Lucifer. Yes, he is Lucifer. Because Dominique saw him for who he really is. She saw the bad side of him. And so that's why she left him on her own. She also said, I loved him to death, you know what I'm saying, but he needs help. And yes, R. Kelly does need help. That's why he's sitting in jail right now. She said to the New Yorker when asked if she regrets spending 9 years with him, it was evident that she wrestles with her emotions towards him. So Dominique Gardner is wrestling with her emotions right now because of all this mess that she went through. And it's traumatizing to her because she does not like these feelings at all because of what R. Kelly did to her. Dominique also insisted she is not playing victim, adding, did some, well, I can't say the S word, but you'll get the idea. She continued, maybe he did hurt. Maybe he was in love with me, but I never gave him a fair chance. First of all, who wants to give R. Kelly a fair chance? Not me. But Dominique said maybe he did hurt. Maybe he was in love with her. Nah, I don't. No, R. Kelly is just too controlling and too manipulating. He's a puppet. He is not what you think he is. And, you know, and he thinks all this is all fun and games to him, but it's not. These girls came forward with their stories. And Dominique Gardner herself told her story for the first time. When asked how she thinks he could be punished, she insisted he should serve no time but rather be on house arrest with a therapist. At the time, she admitted she still loves him. He has denied all allegations of sexual misconduct. So Dominique was asked how he should be punished. She insisted he should serve no jail time. Excuse him, but he deserves to be in jail because there are so many charges against him, plus the bribery charges that recently came out. But rather be on a house arrest with a therapist. Well, I don't know about that. Be on house arrest with a therapist? Nah, I still say jail is a better place for him. Because why would you want to put him on house arrest with a therapist? Who knows what he could do with the ankle monitor? There are some people that will slide their way out of it. She also said at the time she admitted she still loves him. He has denied all allegations of sexual misconduct. Yeah, okay. Then why did he buy back every single tape there was of people of him having sex with this girl, with the girls? Think about that one. Dominique Gardner is doing the best she can right now. She told her story for the first time, and I've listened to her story, and it was heartbreaking, yes. But she had enough of R. Kelly, because this is why she left on her own after her mother rescued her. But she said, no, I got to go back and I have to leave on my own. So when she went back, and as soon as she saw him get mad, she said, oh, that's enough, I'm leaving. So she did. She took a cab back home, and that's what she did. So she could not put up with R. Kelly no more. He made her go without water and food. Really? That is so that is so disgraceful what he has done to her. I mean, seriously, Dominique is still doing the best she can to get over this trauma that she went through. And I know it's going to take time for her. And, I mean, she's getting help, yes. She's had enough of everything that went on with him. And she just couldn't deal with it anymore. So Dominique Gardner is doing good so far. Leave your comments below. I am out.